Hello and welcome to the Maureen Bradley Designs YouTube channel. I am Stephanie Reese, your host, and today I'm sharing with you a pair of earrings that I have made. Actually just one, we're going to make the other one. But really simple earring that you can make using the Magical Mystery Bead Box content from Jesse James Beads. So this box is called Sunflowers. It's the painting from Vincent van Gogh is the inspiration. And if you are not a subscriber, this box was available on the Jesse James Beads website. I am also a subscriber with this box, so I get it every month. I pay for the subscription, and every month it's a mystery, so you don't know what it is until it actually comes to your door. So some things I'm using from the Magical Mystery Bead Box from July. Sunflowers. I'm using in that box were these really neat ear wires with a loop on the end, and it looks like this was a little bit hammered, if you can see that. And we're just going to add this beautiful sunflower to that loop, and then embellish it a little bit. As I was looking at these, many of the beads fit over this wire part, and then to sort of lock the beads into place, I'm going to embellish with the yellow and green rondelles. So these are the things I'm using, and I'm using one of the crystal rondelles as well, and the brass rondelles. And then in order to lock these beads in place, I'm using a piece of 6.5 inch silver wire, a German style wire, 26 gauge. And then you will need a pair of chain nose pliers. So the first step in making this earring, you're going to go ahead and open that loop from side to side just a little bit so that you can slide on the sunflower. And then you're going to close that loop back up, and then just make sure it's nice and tightly closed. There we go. And then I always make sure it's straight, just in case it got a little bit bent in the opening. But you always want to open it side to side, never front to back like so. So next, we're just going to add some beads. So we have the crystal rondelle that we added. This fit really nicely over, just like so. And then I have the brass rondelle. These look like little brass flowers. And then I used one each of the polymer clay heishi beads that came. There was a heishi bead strand. I made a reel of all the contents of the box. That's the last video that you'll see in my streaming on YouTube. So you can go back to that video and see what all is in this beautiful box. I'm just adding these heishi beads to the ear wire. And in order, and then we'll just take a little quick look to make sure I think I had them in order, like so. And before we're just going to match it up. Gray, tan, blue, green, cream, light green. I think I've got them all in the right order. Beige, blue, and then another little darker beige. Okay, and then we're going to add the last brass rondelle over that hoop like so. So in order to secure our beads in place, again, I have a 6.5 inch piece of German style 26 gauge silver wire. And I'm just going to create this with 3 wraps. Making sure my beads are snug in place. And I'm just going to go once, twice, and then one more time next to that, all the way around, putting my wire to the back of the ear wire. And then I'm just going to smush that wire on down in place, like so. Might have to give it a little tug to make sure it's snug. And I use my fingers to just kind of push it down and make sure my beads are like so. See that? And now, excuse me, I'm going to add one of the yellow beads. And it moved up, so we're just going to push that back down. Don't worry, it'll get locked into place. And I'm just taking that yellow bead and I'm keeping it on the front. And then I'm going to take that wire and I'm going to move it all the way around, like so. Locking it into place. And it's to the front. And I'm going to give that another one. And I'm just going to do 2 wraps in between the beads because I want them close together. Like so. And I'm bringing that wire back up. Hopefully my fingers are... And you can push it down. And we'll push that wire out towards the side. I'm going to pull on it a little bit just to make sure it's nice and snug and keeping my beads in place. And now I'm going to add my green bead. So pretty, right? And again, I am going to keep that bead in place and I'm going to do 2 wraps around the gold ear wire. 1 and 2, pulling snugly and leaving my wire up like so in place. And my beads are on top. You may have to move them a little bit to just keep them straight. Now I'm going to add that last yellow bead. And at the finish, or the end here, I'm going to add another 3 wraps. So 1, 2, and 3. Ending the wire in the back, like so. I'm going to take my flush cutters. I guess I forgot to mention, you will need some cutters. I'm cutting that flush to the ear wire. And then I'm just going to make sure everything's in place, and I'm going to smash that little piece of wire into place towards the back, keeping everything like so. There we go. And then the same thing with this ear wire. At the back of this ear wire on my lower wraps, I want to clip that away. And I'm going to also keep that in place. And then giving them a little scrunch. And then making sure everything's in place. Like I have my 2 earrings here. And when you go to, you can see that these are a little spaced, and that's okay. So we'll just even them out so that both earrings look similar. That's the nice thing about the wire, is that it's in place, but you can move it just a little bit so everything is matched up on your earrings. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this easy earring tutorial using the Magical Mystery Bead Box from Jessie James Beads. Again, it is available on their website at jessiejamesbeads.com. I am Stephanie Reese with Maureen Bradley Designs. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And I hope to be doing a reel of my finished pieces, so you get a little sneak peek of what I have been making. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. Thank you.